Okay, well, I'm at 20 Mile Trailhead and gonna start the hike. This is the first little bit of the trail. Walking across 20 Mile Creek on just a little dirt path, but not much further, and we'll get to the actual trail. Pretty little creek though. Well, I'm still on 20 Mile Trail and kind of got a little bit of a late start today, a little after 4, and it's close to 5 now, but not going very far either today. Done about 2 miles, and I imagine I'm probably really close to my campsite already, maybe a half mile, maybe even less. So, a little bit of the trail here. Another little bridge, about the third bridge up across. Really pretty. And we'll be at camp soon. This is campsite 93. Wasn't a lot of spots here, and I'm kind of pitched on a bit of an angle, but it's the best spot I could get because there are some other people that way and way back over by the creek. But I'm set up. Probably not gonna put the rain fly on because it's supposed to be a pretty night. That could be a little bit of a risk, but I'm gonna try it. And I'll show you on the map just a little bit. We came in today and what tomorrow's supposed to look like. Tomorrow's gonna be real fun. A lot of cool stuff. All right. Okay, so this is the Trails Illustrated map of the Smoky Mountains National Park. This highlighted spot is just I highlight the trails I've already done, and that's from last year doing the Smoky Mountains Appalachian Trail portion. But up here, as you can see, parked the car at 20 Mile Trailhead. We hiked up and over to campsite 93. So it's like 2.5 miles total trip, not very far, and we're already pitched up, just waiting to crash and start a big day tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to continue along 20 Mile all the way to the Appalachian Trail, take a little detour down to the Shuckstack Fire Tower, which I've been before, really neat place. Then go back up the AT and over Gregory Bald, somewhere in this area here, and camp at campsite 13. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow. And now I'm just going to hang out. Okay, I just had a really interesting encounter. Just sitting out here by my tent, and I heard a noise, and I looked up the pathway there, and the biggest boar I have ever seen in my entire life. It was bigger than the one bear I've seen here. Huge. Grunted at me a few times. I just started clapping and, get out of here. And it ran up the hill, but good morning. Welcome to day 2. So I have everything pretty much packed up. I'm ready to go back in the pack, but got some water boiling, coffee, and oatmeal for breakfast, and then we'll be on the trail. See you in a little bit. All right, well, I'm still trucking along 20 Mile Trail, which goes right along the side of 20 Mile Creek. You can see that just right off the hill there. Should be intersecting the AT, maybe 3 or 4 miles. And I don't really expect to see anyone on this trail, but I do expect to probably see some day hikers once we get to the AT and the fire tower there. So I'm excited for the fire tower. I'm a bit of a nerd for fire towers. Fire towers. And I've been to this one before and it's really neat. So we'll be there after a little while. All right, I finally made it to the junction of the Appalachian Trail. As you can see here, I'm actually going to go right towards Fontana Dam just so we can get to the fire tower. Don't think it's all that far down that route. There's a white blaze, those are always cool. Then I'll retrace my steps, come back here, and head up 3.1 miles to the intersection of Gregory Bald Trail. Still a lot of climbing today. All right, we've made it to the Shuckstack Fire Tower. And we're going up. The first step is, that's pretty cool. You said you don't like heights, huh?
Just not a big fan. Some heights aren't bad, but this is as far as I want to go.
Almost a century-old fire tower.
Yeah.
That doesn't creep you out any?
No. You know, I did the one over on the other side and got to the top of it. And I thought, it's not bad once you get up there. I just can't stand this open like this.
I understand, man.
Yee.
I understand.
It's pretty.
It's gorgeous. It's a backpacker I just met at the bottom. That's Fontana. Two more rocks. This is so cool. As you can tell, we're a long way up now. Get it up and down. Oh. Last one. Time to sit down up here and enjoy a snack with a view. Now this is a pretty trail. We're on the Appalachian Trail. I actually just kind of retracing some steps coming back from the fire tower. But you can see some wildflowers blooming. A lot nicer than the 20 Mile Trail, which was kind of just a wide road.
Hey-o. Alright, I just spooked up a bear. I saw his butt running right through there, so keep an eye on that. Hey, bear. Just the old fella, bear. Okay. I guess he's gone. Right. I'll tell you the crazy thing about spooking that bear just now. I looked up and saw him, and he looked at me, and then he immediately turned around. Mostly what I saw was just butt running. But that bear, he's a decent size. He was nothing to that boar I saw yesterday. That thing was the size of a freaking cow. That got my heart racing yesterday, for real. But anyway, so one boar, one bear so far, and still got a lot of trip left. All right, I've made my next intersection. That sign's the Appalachian Trail going to the right up that way. This is where I'll get off the AT and turn onto Gregory Bald Trail, which is heading through that path there. So still got a good 4 or 5 miles to hike today, but I'm taking a break. Really cool little place to take a break and rest a little bit. I normally bring those little Airhead bites that are delicious, but mistakes were made and I didn't bring those on this trip, which would be an awesome snack right now. Instead, I'm going to eat my breakfast for tomorrow now. Some Pop-Tarts. And, you know, like most Americans at this time, most people actually, I've spent the past 2 months sitting on my couch in quarantine, just eating pizza and doing nothing. I think most of my climb is, the worst is definitely behind me, but hey, I'm beat. Well, this might be it. I'm hoping so. The Gregory Bald definitely changes landscape here. It's pretty neat. I'm excited. Tired, but excited. Oh yeah. This is cool. I've been walking in the woods, which is cool, but kind of caved in, you know, pretty much all day, except for the fire tower. And then to open up into this, oh man.
just got to camp, pitched the tent, and this is a awesome campsite. Campsite 13 in the Smoky Mountains National Park. Yesterday I got in there a little late, and campsite 93 had one great campsite, one whatever, and then two crap campsites. And I had the option between the two crap campsites. But really awesome spot right now. So I gotta get water, and I think it's a bit of a haul to get water, so I'm gonna head that way and then finish getting things ready, eat dinner, and hopefully head back up to the Bald for a little sunset. All right. Okay, well, it is almost 6 and I'm about to make some dinner, but I wanted to recap today and say what our plan is for tomorrow. So obviously we stayed at campsite 93 last night, trekked all the way along the 20-mile trail till we connected to the AT, up the AT to the Gregory Ball Trail. Now we're going to cross the Gregory Ball Trail to here, Sheep Pen Gap, campsite 13. So tomorrow, hopefully we'll get an early start, earlier than today for sure, and take the Wolf Ridge Trail all the way back down to that little connector on the 20-mile trailhead. And off we'll go. Tomorrow we're looking at, see, 5.2, 6.3, well, about 6.8 miles back to the car. But the good news is it's almost entirely just flying downhill, so big plus. Well, it's a little after 9, and I'm obviously in my tent. Didn't even start a fire. I just got back from watching the sunset, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and crash out. Got my gear here. Good night on night 2. Good morning. There's this guy walking through camp. This is day 3, and I am in the middle of packing up when I noticed that little guy. It's a little after 6, 6:15, 6:20. Early start. Get on going with the day.
Smokies have a lot of these little walkways that are pretty neat. I believe this is 20 Mile Creek again. I think we're maybe a mile and a half away from the trailhead at this point. Wolf Ridge Trail has been beautiful, just so cool. And this kind of stuff right here just adds to it. Looks like there's some more bear poop. Passed quite a bit. I think it's old though, a lot. All right, I'm back at the car, putting up the rest of my stuff, and that's it. 2 nights, 3 days, clocked in at a little over 21 miles. That is the Shuckstack Gregory Bald Loop. Really nice, but I want a biscuit and maybe a pizza or both.